story time of how I found out the guy I was dating was actually a girl. Let's get into it. Story time.
Just imagine you being in a relationship with a man, you're dating boyfriend and girlfriend situation, just to find out that the man is actually a woman. You guys, this is a story time of this lady sharing a story time of how she was in a relationship with a man and ended up being a woman. Crazy, right? Let me show you this video, then I'll see you at the end of the story time.
Of how I found out the guy I was dating was actually a girl. Let's get into it. So I meet this dude on Tumblr in probably like 2009. I find out that my parents are moving us from Southern California to Utah. I don't know anybody in Utah. I meet this guy on Tumblr. He's like, I live in Salt Lake City. I'm like, wow. So we get to talking. We keep talking, we end up like falling in love with each other. I'm 15, okay? That's also important here. We talk for a long time. We talk for probably like 8 or 9 months before I actually move out to Utah. I obviously lie and tell my parents that I've already met him snowboarding. Lie. I go to meet up with him. He's being like kind of weird beforehand, but he does meet up with me and he doesn't look like anything that his pictures looked like that he showed me and that he's been sending me for the past 9 months. I just turned 16. We had just moved to Utah. I don't know anybody here. I don't have any friends here. I'm literally alone. I somehow forgive this man for just straight up lying about his appearance. He's like, I just was so worried and like I figured if I didn't look like a certain way, like you wouldn't want me and like whatever, right? And I forgive him. Don't ask me why. So months and months and months go by. He never wants to meet my parents. He never brings me around his, but we're young, we're 16, right? I'm like, okay, but he also like never wants to bring me around his friends. And I, in turn, I don't have any friends, okay? Like I said, I just moved to Utah. I have no friends to bring him around. He doesn't bring me around any of his. And at a point I was just kind of like, this is so weird. Like, why don't you bring me around anybody? Like, are you ashamed of me? He's like, of course I'm not ashamed of you. Let's go hang out with my friend Shadow this weekend. So we go and we hang out with his friend that weekend. I guess I'm dropping names. I was gonna disguise them, but it really doesn't matter. Who would even know, right? Anyway, so we're 16, months are going by. I'm kind of like a little scandalous. I'm like kind of wanting to like do things with my boyfriend or whatever. And he is like acting like I'm a stand-up man, so like we're not going to be doing any of that like sexual stuff. And I'm really like, oh, he's like so respectful and like wants to wait, and like honestly like I love that. But the first like really major thing that happened is we were driving by his high school in Salt Lake City. By the way, he also told me that he like played basketball, was on the basketball team at his high school, but I wasn't allowed to go to any of the games because his parents couldn't know that he had a girlfriend because he wasn't allowed to have a girlfriend during basketball season. Literally sounds like it was written by a Disney movie. So it's like a weekend and we're up in Salt Lake and we're driving past his high school and there's like a group of girls outside. They're like, hey, Elle, and he like waves back. We get to his house and I'm like, why did those girls call you Elle? And he was like, no, they called me Dal. And I was like, oh, because as I know him, his name is Dalton. A few weeks later, we're going to a show at the University of Utah, but going to like pick up our tickets at Will Call. When they go to pick up the tickets, they also are like, oh, under L? And I'm like, that I know I heard for sure. So we get in like a little tiff because I'm like, what's going on? Like, that's so weird. Like, what's going on? Somehow, some way, this man just convinces me. I don't know. I literally don't know, you guys. He just convinces me that like what I'm hearing is not correct. Whatever it is, like, he's like, I don't know why you keep hearing L. They're clearly calling me Dal. Like, what are you making up in your head right now? Like, what's going on? Like, gaslighting the absolute shit out of me, okay? So we're at his house one day, and it's just the two of us again. Like, I never see his parents, right? Like, and his mom and dad ended up coming home early. His dad walks in the house, and I just hear him go, Elliot, can you come help your mom with the groceries? And I'm like, and the way that he literally just like jumped up out of bed and like walks out the door to like immediately go help them. Like, I don't even think he like looked at me on the way out. It was just like such a natural response to like go and clearly help his mom with the groceries. My heart starts beating 10,000, like literally like pounding on my chest because I'm like, whose house am I in right now? What the f is going on? Because the person that I'm dating is Dalton, not Elliot. So literally what is going on right now? So I immediately grab my bag, grab my shit, and I go to storm out of the house. I literally like walk out of his room. I walk past all of them in the kitchen. How awkward. To the point where he literally was like, wait, Jacqueline, stop. I'm like, don't touch me. In front of his parents, his dad is like, whoa, 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 what's going on? I did not come correct. I run out of the house again. I'm scared, you guys. I'm literally so scared right now. That's like the only way I can put this into any words. Straight fear. I get in my car. I call my best friend. I'm crying. I get down the street. I have to pull over to throw up. That is how scared I am, okay? Long story short, he was not a serial killer, but what he was a girl. She's going to school She's on the girls basketball team, grew up a girl, always a girl. You guys, I literally can't explain to you like that I truly wouldn't have known because one, I never saw her undressed and she was very masculine presenting. That is the only way that I'm gonna put that. I am not gonna insert a photo for obvious reasons, but like we had taken photos together. I had posted photos of them and like nobody in my life was like, do you think that maybe that boy is a girl? Like nobody, okay? They were going through like an identity crisis where like I think maybe they wanted to be like a boy and so they were like trying that out with certain people, but it's like you were literally straight up lying in the head so bad because I sat there and was like, do I like girl? Like, because I'm so convinced that I like love this person and whatever that means at 16 and like want to be with them. And then I literally find out that I had been lied to for the whole year and however many months we had been together. Like it was a long time of me just seriously being so stupid. Obviously we broke up. It's actually kind of funny that I'm just sitting here willingly telling this to the internet because when I was younger I was like, I'm literally taking this to the grave. I will never tell anybody that this happened. I even lied to friends and told them that I had met this guy snowboarding because I didn't want them to know that I had met him on Tumblr. But let this be a tale to all of why you don't meet people on the internet, or if you do now in this day and age, just do your due diligence and don't be an idiot like I was. Part 2 on finding out the guy that I was dating was actually a girl. To pick up where I left off in the last story, I had left his house, I had freaked out, I had just found out that his name was not the name that he had been telling me for a year and a half. I get home to my older brother, I am freaking the hell out. I'm like, this dude is a serial killer. This guy's literally trying to kidnap and kill me. There's no other reason why he was faking his identity and his name and everything for the past year and a half. Dalton is texting me, blowing up my phone. Please call me, please call me, please talk to me, please talk to me. Like literally nonstop. And I'm just like, no, dude, who the hell are you? Like, I am literally so scared right now. Like, what the hell was that? Who the hell are you? Who the hell's your mom and dad? Like, whose house was I just in and what is going on? And he was like, just give me a second to explain. And I was like, no, like I want the answers, but I also don't want to talk to you. I think I only had it in me to literally go like 2 days with ignoring him before I actually had to know what the hell was going on and get the answers. So I got on the phone with him and on the phone call, he proceeds to tell me that her name is Elliot. She had been lying to me about her name because she had been going by this other identity. And I was like, why would you be going by a different identity? I thought that he was 1 year older than me in school. So when I was a junior, he was a senior. I thought he was a senior on the basketball team. She was a junior on the girls basketball team. We're the exact same age. I'm like, this is before I know she's a girl. So I'm like, why would you be lying about like your age and your name? Like when we're like basically the same age, like I don't understand. So then I'm like kind of pushing her because I'm like, does this have something to do with the fact that you never let me do anything to you, but you're always allowed to do things to me? Because I know in the last video I said like we never did anything sexually, but I was honestly just referring to sex itself. Other than that, she was literally allowed to do everything to me, but I wasn't allowed to do anything to her. That's a whole other conversation because if you really want me to get into it, that's not consent. It's fine. I don't sit here and claim that like, I did not know who she was. So when she was doing all of those things to me, that's not really consent, okay? So we're on the phone and she's like, yeah, it does have something to do with that because I don't have and if you would have seen that. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't have a dick? Like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, is something going on down there? Like, I would have been understanding of that. Like, you didn't need to hide that from me. Like, I'm being so sympathetic and I'm like, oh my God, did something happen? Is that what this is about? Like, that is terrible. No. That's not what any of it was about. She was like, no. And then she was like, I'm a girl. I'm a woman. I'm a girl. And I was like, what? And she was like, yeah, like, I'm a girl. And I was like, oh, what the you talking about? I had someone in my comment section be like, I actually feel really bad for him. I'm like, then come correct because he never transitioned. I understand why this could sound like a story of somebody who was like going through something and maybe transitioning, and especially back in 2010, maybe at this point 2011, that was not a thing. Even coming out was a really big deal, you guys. I don't think people understand that, and that's what this story is. She was a lesbian and she did not want to come out. That's what this story is about. That's a horrible thing. I have a lot of sympathy for that. I've never had to go through something like that. I can't even imagine how hard that would have been. However, you do not do what she did to me in order to make that process easier for yourself. You do not pretend to be a man and date somebody for a year and a half when they are 15 to 16 years old to work that shit out internally for yourself. Anyway, 2 to 3 years later, we ended up going and getting a cup of coffee. She hit me up. She was like, I would love to see you. And it was so crazy because I feel like when she came and got coffee, she looked so much the same, but like girlier than I had probably ever seen her. Like she was finally just letting herself like be a woman in front of me, honestly, even though she was still very masculine and like whatever, right? So we go get coffee, we sit down, I kind of let her like explain her whole side of things. She apologizes to me, but she's still not being 100% honest, right? I asked her if she had like told the other girls, I know she had dated other girls, talked to other girls, had friends through this app, all through like the persona of Dalton, and if she had fixed that and told those people after all this time, and she was like, yeah, everybody knows, all those accounts are gone, like blah blah blah. That wasn't true. So like even after everything that had happened to me, she continued to do this and keep up these lies with other people. She wanted like a friendship for a while, and I did try to have a friendship with her because I don't know, I think I had like some sympathy for her. I also felt so weird because of everything that had gone down between the two of us. Again, I'm still super young, and honestly, it probably wasn't until I was like in my early 20s and going to therapy when I was like, oh, I can't be friends with this girl. Honestly, it's because of the things that I worked through in therapy and realizing like the sexual stuff and other things that had like gone on. And you know, there's things that I can't say on this app because this video will get taken down. But yeah, we tried to be friends, and then after a while I was just like, wish you the absolute best, but I don't have any interest in like keeping contact with you or keeping a friendship with you for obvious reasons. Just so we're 1000% absolutely clear, I am such an ally to my LGBTQ plus community. I love, 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 love that community so much. I just don't love what she did to me and the way that she handled this situation. So do not get it twisted, okay? Just a couple other things to clarify. I never told my parents. Hopefully they don't see this video. Oops. I don't know if she ever told her parents. I'm assuming not. I don't know if her friend Shadow or whoever ever knew the truth. I mean, I feel like he did because he came and played along all weekend and called her Dalton. So she obviously had friends that knew that she was doing this and were also willing to lie for her. Hopefully that answered most of your questions. If not, just drop in the comments below. But yeah, that's the story, y'all. Hope she's doing great. I'm doing great. And that's really about it. After you're finding out that the guy that I was dating was actually a girl. You guys are honestly killing me in the comments. I feel like I need to schedule emergency therapy, but I've also been like laughing my ass off, so I really appreciate some of the humor brought to the situation. I'm gonna clear a few things up. The reason that I keep using she, her pronouns is because she goes by she, her pronouns. She's not trans, she never was, she's not now, she's a woman. That's the whole stunt. Sorry if I didn't make that clear, but I literally have people in my comments being like, you're transphobic. And I'm like, no, I'm not, for one. And two, she's not trans. So just to clear the air on that. She also is not on social media anymore at all. So for those of you that are like looking for her and sending me things being like, is this her? Did we find her? You're not going to find her. She's not on social media. So if you thought you found her, that you're gonna find her, I hate to burst your bubble. No witch hunts here, please. It's truly for me to deal with, and I have, so I don't really know what else to say about that. For people that are asking me, like, how did you really not know for so long? I literally don't have an answer for you. I was 15, 16 years old. I dated her online for like 8 to 9 months and only dated her in person for like 5 to 6 months when I found out. I moved to Utah in July of 2010, and all of this went down in either December or January of 2011. So I don't know, that's how long it took me, okay? I'm also completely astonished by the amount of people in my comment section who are like, oh, I've been through this too, oh, this happened to me, or the fact that it's like literally the same person who has done this to so many people in my comment section is blowing my absolute mind. Like, I knew other people were involved, but I guess I didn't realize like how vast or how big the situation was. Like, I really appreciate everybody's kindness and asking how I'm doing now. I'm doing really great. This was 15 years ago. It's been a really long time, honestly. I didn't expect it to blow up like this. I thought I would just make like a funny little story time, but yeah, I'm doing very well. I'm married, I have a husband, he's phenomenal, everything's great. My in-laws are literally here right now as we speak. There's a lot of people being like, I would have crashed out, I would have been into, I would have this, I would have that. I did fully crash out. For probably about 6 months to a year, I was a literal nightmare. If you knew me junior year of high school, I'm so sorry. I probably don't even remember you. There's also people asking me to post pictures, and I really hate to disappoint, but it's not gonna happen, you guys. I'm literally not gonna post a photo. It's insane to think that I would. We were 15, 16 years old at the time. We were minors. I'm not gonna do it. It's insane. I'm not gonna do it. Lastly, I just want to say, if you've ever been through anything like this, I'm really sorry, because it's truly one of the craziest things that I feel like you can experience, and I wouldn't wish it upon literally anyone for the way that it head so much. But yeah, if you've been through something like this, I'm really sorry, and I hope this video made you feel a little less alone and a little less crazy in whatever you've been through. But other than that, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Bye.
Do you think this counts as a betrayal, or probably it was just small misunderstanding? If you were in that position, you're dating a man and find out that the person is a woman, would you forgive her? Would you walk away in that situation, or you just adapt to it? This is not about sexuality, this is about consent and also truth, honesty. And I feel like people are entitled to know who they are dating. So if you're a woman and you're transitioning to a man, I feel like you should actually tell the person you're dating, let them know, not you actually hiding under and making them feel like, oh, they're dating a man, but they are not a man, or they're dating a woman, but they are not a woman. So I just feel like honesty plays a long way. You don't never can tell. Nobody. I just feel like honesty is very important when it comes to dating, and it's very important, especially if you're transitioning from a man to a woman or from a woman to a man. Like, I feel like you should be honest with the people you want to date. Let them know what you are. I just feel like honesty plays a long way, but deceiving them and hiding or lying, that is actually dangerous. Can cause emotional damage, can cause a lot of, long term beef and annoyance. Imagine you think you're dating a woman and you end up finding that person's a man. Like, I just feel like you should just come out clean, in my own opinion. And you guys, what is your take on this? How would you feel if you were dating a man and find out that she's a woman? How would you feel? Would you continue the relationship? Do you think this is, a big deal? Would you forgive it, or you just move on? Let me know your thought down in the comment section. Respectfully, as always, Sugar Mary Davis, and thank you so much for tuning in today's video. I hope you enjoyed this one. Please like and share and subscribe, and I'll see you on my next one, guys. Bye.